Hey folks, welcome back to Indaba Africa. This is Chris once again with a disturbing video from surveillance footage that took place in Pretoria. This is shocking content. It's not violent enough to scare the kiddies off, but the brazen nature of what happens in this video is quite disturbing and should shock the entire world. Folks, it's not safe to even get in your car. Now, it's important to note that this video was taken from a surveillance camera from across the street where this person was kidnapped in Pretoria. And it's also important to note that in this video, what happens is that apparently the person living across the street was leaving at night. That's why it's black and white. The color is not there. The person was leaving at night and they opened the gate to their property. When they opened the gate to the property, a vehicle driving by, apparently opportunist, bum rushed into the property, exited the small little vehicle, and went looking for the owner who was outside his property. They grabbed him, beat him, pushed him to the ground, and then stuffed him in the car and kidnapped him. Now, I've showed this video on my live stream, and some people are asking, well, why didn't somebody do something? And my point was the same. I didn't know about it. Having talked to the folks who provided the footage, this footage you're seeing, the reason it's bouncing up and down is because the police officer was recording the video onto a mobile phone from the individual's surveillance video, so they had this footage to help resolve this. I've heard some rumors that these people have been caught. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know the condition of the person who was kidnapped. The purpose of this video is to show you how brazen people are and how dangerous life has become in South Africa, particularly if you happen to be a minority, and especially if you're a white South African, when people just brazenly kidnap you with no basis whatsoever. So here you go, folks. You're going to watch this video, and what you're seeing here is in Pretoria, a gentleman who leaves his home, opens up his gate prematurely before he's in his vehicle and facing the exit. And what happens is that a car drives in, they jump out of the car, they beat this person, wrestle him to the ground, and then stuff him into the car. Again, I do not know the fate of this individual. I do not know the provenance of the video by the name of the person. It is, however, provided by one of the loyal viewers on the channel whose family member this came from their surveillance camera. And that's as far as I'll go with what information where it came from. The point of the video, folks, is to point out to you, to show you just how dangerous it can be in South Africa. It's not to scare people away from South Africa. It's to show you that in Bheki, Cele's gangster's paradise of South Africa, nobody is safe. And I've been saying that since Brett Keppel was assassinated in broad daylight over a decade ago. Anyway, folks, here you go. Take a look at this video, and I'll come back with commentary at the end.
Yeah,
There's like the whole place full of cops and that's be waiting for you.
come in.
You understand? The whole place is full of cops.
Almost done. It's there again. It's finished.
Okay. They're leaving now, eh?
Yeah.
There's a lot of cops there.
Yeah. See, it looks like a Yaris.
I can't believe that actually happened, eh?
So there you go, folks. Unbelievably brazen activity. Where are you ever safe? Where is it safe? You can't go to a shopping mall because people do cash in transit robberies and shoot people and assassinate the guards who paid almost nothing and pay with their lives just to transport cash from a business to the bank. You can't go in a shopping mall because people carjack in shopping malls. Thank God for those poorly paid parking attendants. We saw that video recently in one of these malls. It looked like it was Centurion. I'm not sure where it was, but it looked like Centurion, where these clowns rob these cars and these in broad daylight. You can't drive to work 5 o'clock in the morning, get stopped on the road and shot and murdered and left laying there on the street, kidnapped. These aren't isolated incidents in South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. This is becoming rapidly the norm in South Africa. This violent crime has been going on for decades in South Africa, and the world has looked the other way, while the ANC has been looking the other way, picking some crimes that they choose to be considered priority crimes while ignoring others like violent farm murders and rural murders in South Africa. South Africa's out of control, folks. It's not safe for South Africans, whether they're black, white, colored, or Asian, Indian. Simply not safe. The measures you must take to protect yourselves. This is what happens when citizens aren't armed. This is what happens. When you disarm citizens, they become vulnerable prey for gangsters like this, whom the public is not protected from by law enforcement. You're not protected, and they're not capable of protecting you 24 hours a day. Don't live in that fantasy world that you can be protected by the police and that everyone is good, that the nature of human beings is good. No, it's not. There's a reason we have law enforcement. There's a reason we have military, a reason we have a court system, because people will always take advantage of someone else. A small number of people, but anyone is too many. I hope the gentleman's alive. I hope he's not injured. And I guarantee one thing, if he's okay and he's returned home, he will never, ever open that gate again before he's in the car and facing to drive away, or before he's checked the street. Anyway, just the sheer opportunism of this, I can't imagine they were waiting for him to open that gate. Maybe they were. Whatever the case is, folks, this is a shocking and unbelievably brazen activity that's taking place, and it happens all the time. It happens all the time. People are trusting. The nature of human beings is trusting. We saw it happen to the UCT student in Cape Town who went to pick up her parcel, and the postal worker, trusting the postal worker, said, come back in the evening. I can't get it to you right now. I'll come back. Only for her to be lured to her rape and violent murder. Yet gender-based violence continues in South Africa. Why? Because people are not raising children properly. The number of children raised without a father in the home is shockingly high. It's not as high as America, but it's shockingly high. Crazy stuff. Now, when I say America, I'm talking about black America. 78% of black Americans are born out of wedlock to single parents, single mothers. That figure's not that high in South Africa, but it's quite high. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Anyway, folks, this is one of my videos about the violent crime taking place in South Africa, victims across all ethnicities. If you're not a subscriber to Chris White Africa, I ask you to take a moment and become a subscriber by smashing that subscription button right down there. Be sure to toggle the bell icon to make sure you get notified of updates. And if you don't use the YouTube app on your mobile, you might not get an update. YouTube doesn't send out notifications anymore. But if you do have the app and you have notifications turned on, you will get notified of videos. At least that's what YouTube tells us. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching this video. If you got any comments, please share them. And finally, I ask that you smash the like button because likes drive viewership. And it really is a true statement. Likes drive viewership. So smash the like button, folks. God bless. Be safe. And be careful out there, especially if you live in South Africa.